Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court in Abuja has refused to admit the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, to bail. The judge held that Kanu must account for his whereabouts for years when he was first granted bail but refused to attend court for trial. The court disagreed with the defendant that he escaped out of the country when a retinue and army soldiers allegedly invaded his ancestral home in Abia State. So does it mean the case, the court case or the judgment at Abia State, when I don't understand? He said the Binta Yanku, Binta Yangu. Is she not aware of the judgment in Abia State where he was vindicated? Or is it a different one? Because the reason why he was able to escape was because they invaded the scene. And they said, yes, it was true, the army invaded. And they said they are still going to be watching or studying that judgment. So what are they talking about? Are they not going to be referring to that one, which the federal government is supposed to even pay Nnamdi Kanu, that he needs to account for where he was as at that time? Does that make sense? For desecrating a noble cause of self-determination, the East having a country of their own with all this kind of a thing, what does it, how will it sound? If an armed soldier embedded invented his own house, and you can't even grant him a bail, and soldiers invaded his house, the same government and Garrett bail and come back in the other door to assassinate. So what will happen to assassinate him? Can you imagine? Nigeria will blow up like an atomic bomb. Nobody will escape. We are going to get to the root of this whole thing. Please grant him bail for peace to reign in our land. Again, please, we are begging. Courts of North has denied innocent Nnamdi Kanu bail. Please, PMB, release Nnamdi Kanu so peace can reign and be restored in the southeast. What kind of court is this? Nyanko, you are now denying army invading his home, killing over 30 people. This country is heading to hell, fire. She's not denying it, but court work with evidence. If she denies it, we should go blind. And again, that's what I'm saying, because this thing is just surprising to me. What about the court case or the court judgment in Abia State that vindicated him? I don't know how many of you still remember that. People also expect people to remind them of that. Why make him appear in court when you know that you have decided to retain him in jail until this tenure is over? That is a failure on their part. No court can deny you fact because the evidence is clear. So, can the court prove it? Nyanko, you are telling the world that your fellow judge at Umaya, yes. This is what I'm looking for now. Somebody is telling me what I want to hear. Your fellow judge at Umaya Court, High Court, after examining the invasion of soldiers to his house, said he has the right to run for his life and asked the federal government to pay him 1 billion naira. Is not a competent judge. That's it. That is it. Truth will surely prevail in his trial. This I know. So, this man said they wear suits. Okay, well, no surprise here. That is a Buhari order. Because judiciary is not independent. That a judge is either unserious, induced financially, or she's ethically biased. Was Mr. Kanu, in the judge's opinion, supposed to wait for those terrorist soldiers to waste him, ethnic champion and bigot in bench castle? Well, so they want him to die there. Have they not heard of Howard's arrest in this backward governance? I'm from the north, but we need to treat some certain issues with caution. Holding him or not granting him bail is causing more harm to the innocent citizens from the southeast. So much unnecessary killings everywhere just because of his detention. Better grant him bail or put him under house arrest so that he can address his followers. This will ease the tension. Okay. Military officers invaded his house in the village, and you want him to stay behind so he will be killed. Wait, oh, his clothes were not changed. So, which is he wearing sitting with a Suludo? Which one was he wearing when he was sitting with Suludo? That is what this person can really deduce from this whole thing that they are talking about now. Ha! Wow. We're talking of issues at hand. Somebody is talking about clothes. Well, that is what this person observes. So they were expecting him to have waited, I don't know, to bring evidence so that what will not happen. He will not tell them that this is it. He said the judge held that Kanu must account for his whereabouts for years when he was first granted bail but refused to attend court for trial. The court disagreed with the defendant that he escaped out of the country when a retinue of armed soldiers allegedly invaded his ancestral home in Abia State. So he disagreed. He does not believe. This woman, you are looking for trouble. You are looking for trouble. And the question somebody asked is that, so the judge that granted him favor, that it favors him that the government should pay you 1 billion. Is that just not competence? Accounts all the years for his whereabouts, all my sojourn in this life, I have never seen or heard when an accused is granted bail and the accusers made efforts to attack him with the aim of terminating his life and is expected to run away for his dear life. I bet it, if the authority can allow mercy to take the place of justice and release Kanu, tranquil peace is sure to manifest, a hard one, but this is sure of appeasing the frail nerves and boiling adrenaline. She has not taken order from Malami. Do you want, or do you think she has any power until everything becomes yam pepper scatter? And one thing again, this whole thing, any before they come, just like somebody is saying, before they even go to court, they must have told her she already knows what she's going to say. So she's not going to even do otherwise. She will never do otherwise. Believe it. Believe it. She won't do otherwise. He has to. That means he does not believe that the soldiers invaded his house. Apparently, that is what it meant. What she meant. So, guys, let's know your thoughts on this because this whole thing is just kind of confusing.